It says, E pluribus unum. Does anyone know what that means? Out of many, one. What a beautiful story of how God sees all of mankind. God created all of man to know Him, not just those in America. And yet in America, He fashioned and created a land unlike any other nation in the history of the world. A land where refugees truly came, the best and the brightest from around the world. People who wanted nothing more than a chance, nothing more than liberty. We even heard of the story in our own lifetime of a young mother who took her 5-year-old son. His name was Elian Gonzalez from Cuba. She wanted to escape the tyranny of Castro's Cuba. And she got an inner tube. Can you imagine? A young mother with a 5-year-old son. And she put that inner tube in the water off Cuba. And she hazarded 90 miles of shark-infested water to be able to get to this land where she could bring her son, so that he could know what millions of other people from around the world have known, who come to this country to find that one gift that is God's gift, that beats in the heart of every individual, whether in America or whether in Iraq. They want to know freedom. And she brought her son here, out of many, one. Because when people come from other nations, we're all proud of our heritage. I'm 100% Norwegian. My husband is 100% Swiss. We are proud of our heritage. But when we come here, we recognize we are first and foremost Americans. And our allegiance is to America and to the values that we find in America. And so while we're proud of our heritage, we are now something new. We're out of many, one. And isn't that a picture of Christ's kingdom? Christ who died for us on the cross, who said all men have sinned. Not one is worthy. All men have sinned. We have sinned and we are separated from God. And how do we come back to God? God made a way when He gave the perfect sacrifice of Himself on the cross, dying and paying the debt that not one of us could pay. Not one of us. The perfect sacrifice. And He said all we needed to do is to come to Him, confess our sinfulness, turn away from our sins, and fall before a holy God, and He would receive us into His arms. He is that example. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. And that's also our value here in the United States. Out of many, one. And there's one more phrase on that point, if you take a look. And it says very clearly, in God we trust. That's America's national motto. Can you think of a better motto than that for a country? In God we trust. That is our hope. That is our purpose. That was George Washington's purpose. We talked a little bit about the sacrifice that's been made for our liberty to secure for us this nation. And when our founders, 236 years ago, made that Declaration of Independence and declared that we are created equal by God, that our freedom and our inalienable rights come not from King George III, not from a government. Our inalienable rights come, never before said in the history of any country's founding document, that our inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which meant the quiet enjoyment of your private property that you've earned with your labor. What a concept. Those were our inalienable rights. Those are secured to us not by government, but by a holy God. And the Declaration of Independence went on to say that the reason that governments were created in the first place was to secure the liberties that God gave us. Think about that. Government doesn't give us rights, inalienable rights, life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness. So government, therefore, cannot take them away. In fact, their purpose is to secure them. That's also part of the reason why I'm strong.